Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. If you're just joining us, we are already underway. Jim, who do you reckon is pivotal?
Well, I've got my eye on Militao, who's developing his game very well and quite quickly. I think you need someone very strong.
Shot, surely! Oh, that wasn't far away.
Guti clearly feels he did everything right there. He really wasn't that far away.
Guti. Pedri. Gattuso. And it's Yaya Toure. Yaya Toure. Ibrahimovic. Serginho. And it's Serginho. That's Guti. There's the crossfield ball. And it's Messi. He's a sharp little ball here. Osimhen is flagged offside. Yaya Toure. I wonder what you've seen, Jim, over the early moments of the game.
Well, neither side has really grabbed the initiative, I would say. Both must have come in with a view of not making any early mistakes. So we're seeing some conservatism here.
Good ball, good take. Kimmich tries to play it through. Pedri. No change to the score. 0-0 it remains. Well, that has not gone well. Yaya Toure. And it's hoisted clear.
Jeff, Chiba really are packing the box now.
Yeah, it does seem to be something of a numbers game they're playing.
Well, it's exactly the right approach, Peter. If you can deliver quality balls from out wide, you need to make sure there's someone on the end of it. Simple.
Gattuso. Chooses to go cross-field, and it's Son Heung-min. Played out to the left flank. And he's oh, what a climb! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. And here's the chance to counter. Mitoma. Mitoma, of course, a dribbler of outlandish ability. And it's Maldini. Now he's had it taken off him. Now it's Osimhen. Pinches it off him. Maldini. Rijkaard. Getting on for a third of the way through the game. Now Gattuso. Distributed tidily. Oh, the less said about that pass, the better. Kimmich can see things others simply cannot. Yaya Toure. And it's Yaya Toure. And he's forced to go back. Gattuso. And it's Gattuso. It's Kimmich. Rui Costa. Passing is crisp and sharp. Guti. So still we are where we began. It's 0-0. And it's Son Heung-min. Now, can they get him away? He shifted it to the flank. Hoisted in. Maldini with the clearance. Rui Costa. Now it's Osimhen. Steaming. Osimhen!
Well, I'm not quite sure he needed to hold up play quite as much as he did then. A couple of his teammates were very annoyed.
Pedri. And it's Serginho. Plays the return pass. Marquinhos. And it's Thuram. Ambitious ball here. Pass somewhat off target. Mitoma. And there's the end of the first half. A decent enough half, but neither side able to get on the score sheet. Time for some fresh ideas in the second period, perhaps. How would you review the first half?
Well, simply put, Peter, they haven't been good enough to trouble the opposition. They need to play with more courage in the second half and a lot more intent.
An intriguing half, lacking only in goals. The score 0-0. And if you have just joined us, well, we've just begun the second period here. So the first half brought no goals. Shoots! And the keeper has reacted superbly there.
Son Heung-min clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
He's through here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Maldini. Now McTominay. And this is Ibrahimovic. Thuram. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Very nicely done. Pull it. Well, into the second half, and it's still goalless. Turns back here, probably the best option. Oh, here's a man adored by many, even deified by some. He's gone forward. Gattuso. Rijkaard. And it's Kimmich. Nicely aimed pass. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Gives it back. It's Hullet. That has been slung wide.
This is the time you need that pace.
Guti. Spread it left. Son Heung-min. Paris Saint-Germain have a free kick. Well, that looks like a final warning. Still no card. Defending of the desperate variety. No breakthrough and well into the second period. It is still anyone's game. It's a promising position. Yaya Toure. And here's Ibrahimovic. Serginho. Kimmich. He's played it back. And here's Ibrahimovic. It's Ibrahimovic! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Ibrahimovic is offering a wry smile there. Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
And it's been taken short. Ibrahimovic! It's in! First blood drawn. That is so good, such sharp skills, and such a delicious finish.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, when the going gets tough, etc., they can still turn this round, I think.
Mitoma is the type of player who always likes having a bit of space in front of him. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, I'm inclined to feel that if I was in that dugout, I'd want the players to get on the front foot and grab another. Just try to make this one safe. Jeff Chiba clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Strong running down that left flank. And no, he's seen through all of that. Thuram did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Osimhen. Spread out to the left. Tries to pass it through. And the cutback. Kimmich can get it clear.
I'll tell you, Peter, the keeper owes him big time there. He's lucky his mate was wide awake to that.
Eder Militao tries to clear. One-nil as we head towards the end. Opts for safety. McTominay very much into the last knockings. Yaya Toure. And it's McTominay. Maldini. Kimmich. Well, there's the clearance.
There will be 1 minute added time.
So just one extra minute for stoppages. Guti. And it's Messi. Gattuso. And time is up. Well, that was tense. Boy, that was tense. The two sides separated by the game's only goal. Ibrahimovic picking up the Man of the Match award. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. And already we're underway here. Gattuso stood his ground strongly.
Yeah, they were looking for a counter-attack.
Oh, it's a promising build-up, this. Plenty of really nice passing. Maldini makes the interception. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
div2.
The presence of Franco Baresi in this lineup suggests to me, Peter...
And he shoots!
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Gattuso. Here's a chance! Lacking in accuracy.
It's certainly a bold attempt, and there's nothing wrong with that. Shame he didn't work the keeper a bit more, though.
Well, both starting the game at a pretty decent tempo. And it's Lewandowski. Lovely ball and a real chance now. Mbappe was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. And back to the keeper. Dunk. Still goalless. Baresi.
Jeff Chiba really are packing the box now.
Yeah, it does seem to be something of a numbers game they're playing.
Well, it's exactly the right approach, Peter. If you can deliver quality balls from out wide, you need to make sure there's someone on the end of it. Simple.
Inter Milan finding their passes. That's tidy. div2! Well, now it's a race for the ball. And he's taking no chances there. Oh, super ball! There's the shot! Goal! Inter! His position was perfect, the invitation was there for him, and his response absolutely clinical.
Yeah, it's simply tragic defending when a renowned finisher is ignored. It's how he built his reputation.
Inter Milan have broken through. It's 1-0.
It's so often the case with goal scorers, little influence, and all of a sudden, bang.
Gattuso.
Jeff Chiba are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
And it's Yaya Toure. Kimmich. Now it's Ibrahimovic. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Knocks it out wide. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. He's having a go! And the ball's come loose here.
Well, he was given the time and room initially to hold on to the ball, but eventually he was squeezed that bit harder and the task became too much. I think he's got to be a little quicker in his distribution then and get others into the match.
Engages and forces him off the ball. Yaya Toure. Kimmich conjures time and space where few can. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. Played back.
Jeff Chiba truly have no need to panic. They can reassess at half-time.
Nice defending, physical and effective. Kimmich. It's a promising position. Strong running down that left flank. And that's the keeper's ball. Kimmich. Ball played for Rijkaard. And they've switched it over to the other side.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Mitoma. Now this is an adventurous run down that left-hand side. And this is Rui Costa. Now it's Can he finish? Good effort, and it is right on half-time. So a steady, solid and more than satisfactory first half. They've got the lead, and that gives them something to build on after the break.
It's a dressing room that needs rousing at half-time, because in truth they've not really been at it so far. If the pep talk works, we may see a very different side second half. We need to.
And we are already promptly back underway.
Jeff, Chiba really need to bring up their intensity and rhythm a notch or two, Peter. Just looked a step too slow on everything.
David, he's got full. And he was there to get a vital touch.
Villa clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper. They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
And here's Hullet. Gets himself into trouble and he's lost it. Dunk. Conte. And he's forced to go back. Chouameni, and he's been shifted off it. David Villa. It's played through for him. And he's lost his man here. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Chouameni proves too strong. Chouameni going full steam down the flank. And it's Conte. Now it's Villa. Defending in numbers, sharp and uncompromising. That's a lovely, neat pass. Picked out brilliant. Real chance! He's scored! Two to the good, and they are purring. Absolutely purring.
Yeah, that's really well played, Peter. It's very, very simple. The ball through to him was just beautifully measured.
Time then for the first substitution of the game.
Well, this could be a bit of a nightmare scenario for the defence, as you're going to be facing a very willing runner now, especially one that likes to make those runs beyond the defensive line.
So that's two now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
Hernes, he's on it, can he get a... Oh, shooting chance! Oh, taken with style! Not a defender in sight. He had all the time in the world.
Well, so often it comes down to that quality on the final pass, and we've got it here, Peter. The defence might want to have a good look at themselves as to how they let it happen.
And very quickly, the substitute made his mark.
That's just as the manager would have seen it, an impact sub.
This is threatening to become a really good game. Oh. He's had a shot! He has done it! Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Yeah, it's mystifying that a player of his talent wasn't picked up sooner, and he picked them off instead.
Inter Milan take a 2-goal lead and are looking good for the win.
That has the feeling of a breath of fresh air, Peter, and now they can fill their lungs and just blow them away.
Quality ball.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
He has found the way through. Maldini kept his eye on it, and he's there. Hernes. So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can.
And the shot! Well, that looked awkward, but he had a good crack at it.
Well, he's never the sort to doubt his own capabilities, always fancies himself, no matter what the situation.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Foot in. Mitoma. Oh, such a clever touch. Lewandowski going about things with real menace.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, he's been caught napping. Ball driven towards... Oh, smashing! And it's hit the woodwork and out. It looked as though that might lead to something quite promising, but it turned out that that was not the case. Goes for a shot! Now that is commitment to the cause. And it's been taken short. That's a bad place to challenge. What's he giving? No, the referee's judged that the offence took place outside the area. And that has been cleared. And it's Conte. Can he finish? Just cruising! They are cruising! And the lead is extended still further. Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
It's beautiful poise. I mean, most players in that position, I think, would probably fluff that, but not this fella.
It's starting to look like a done deal now.
Well, that was well positioned and well pinched. They can't hurt with their backs to goal.
McTominay gets across to intercept that. Oh, that is good. Super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined. Ibrahimovic. Marquinhos going vertical. Conte.
4 added minutes has been indicated.
Dunk is the distributor-in-chief, always looking for movers. Baresi. And it's Conte. And Marquinhos. And he thumps it clear. That's gone for a throw-in. Inter Milan making another change here.
Well, his stamina was called into question then, but there's absolutely nothing wrong with his heart.
And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was thrilling. A game of champs and chumps. The winners were so good at times. Well, what a scene we have here. There's a real expectant buzz in the stadium, and the players on the pitch are raring to go any minute now. Expectations and decibels both rising fast here. Things are heating up, and we'll be getting underway very soon. We have already started here. With so many teams now playing just one up front, Jim, it's easy to forget, isn't it, that strike partnerships used... And the shot! Not pretty, but it gets the job done. An early chance there, first of the game.
Oh, it was a brilliant touch to set himself up. Just a shame that the finish let him down.
And he's gone looking for safety. And now they can spring out of defence. Rijkaard cuts it out. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
Well, the pass wasn't good enough, and he knows it.
Who do you think this turns on, Jim?
Well, Peter, I know people are probably going to knock me as being biased towards my trade, but when you have someone like this fellow, Josko Guardiola, on your side, it's hard not to pick him out. Such an extraordinary defender with an unconventional style, incredibly quick, and so good at carrying the ball forward. Keep your eyes on him.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. Beckham. Anything, Jim, to pick out of these early exchanges?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks.
And the finish! Great build-up. It all deserved a better ending.
Kukçu has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
Yamal ploughing through the middle. And now a sudden chance to counter. So what can they make of this? That looks a good ball through. He's onside. Oh, great defending. That needed doing. Adams did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise.
I'm struggling to work out whether that was brave or a bit stupid. Maybe both, actually.
He knew what was coming. That's a yellow card. And it's Beckham. Beckham. Spread out to the left. Knocks it out wide. Mbappe! Oh, it's come loose! And he's been shifted off it. Chance for a shot! No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. It's Van Basten! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Defending of the desperate variety. Beckham, great vision. Oh, good shoots! And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
Deftly away. Oh, shooting chance! That was superb goalkeeping.
I think he's done great there, both reading it and dealing with it.
And he's forced to go back. Rijkaard. And it's Kimmich. And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Can he get on the end of this? He has a look up. Owen! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. A truly wicked strike, nigh on perfection.
Oh, it was a real beauty, Peter, and while many might have just lashed out at it, he took his time and he put it where very few can.
Barcelona are in front now, the game's only goal.
Look, he's the one everyone expects to put the ball in the net. That's what he's paid to do.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Little pass back. Yaya Toure. Nice try, but he wasn't buying it. Knocks it into space. Kukçu is always scanning the pitch for targets. And it's Gattuso. Tries to play it through. Is there any decent chance? Oh, that was nice, but not quite the end product required.
That's good running. It makes life so much easier when you have people who are willing to go beyond the defence like that. Jeff Chiba certainly could do with a positive spell for the remainder of this half, just to set the tone for what's to come.
Toma. Yaya Toure. Goes looking wide. Well, now here's a good battle, bicep to bicep. Oh, well played, plenty of numbers back. Oh, that is good, super running, sharp movement. Came up against a defender, though, who was ever so determined.
Well, welcome to the modern game. You get hounded as soon as you get the ball. You can't take time like that.
Yeah, he's pulled him up for that challenge. Well, that's a booking, always looked it. And it's Beckham. Van Basten. Picked out brilliantly. Can he finish? Cleared without complication. A really close shave and the last action of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff.
Well, for me, Peter, things have never really got going, but at least this will be a good time to reflect and regroup. I can see a few changes coming, because whatever they've been doing, it just hasn't gelled.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Played out to the right. Now it's Kimmich. Nice control. Now it's Hullet. Yaya Toure. Maldini. Yaya Toure. Well seen, saw that coming. Well, it looked promising for a moment, but it can shot a goal! Off the post! the goal they've been looking for. The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Yeah, that's what the game is all about. Excitement and entertainment. What a lovely moment.
Barcelona are sitting pretty, 2-0 up.
Yeah, and you have to say that the contrast of moods are very visible now. They really fancy themselves to go and wrap things up.
Hernes.
There's no doubt it's a long way back, but they can at least give us something to believe the gap might be closed. Bullet really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Ball's played through. Mbappe! He's found a way through. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Yaya Toure. Maldini. Passing is crisp and sharp. And it's Kimmich. And it's Rijkaard. McTominay. Hernes purring through the gears. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Cannavaro. Possession football, Jim, we're seeing plenty of it. What is it, though, that really makes it work?
Well, for me, what makes it work is the fact that everyone in this team has the courage to show for the ball. You can't shy away from it. You can't hide. You have to front up in a setup like this, and everyone is doing just that.
You make it sound so simple. Mbappe. That's Beckham. Mbappe. Oh, that pass isn't the best. That's ruffled a few feathers, but well dealt with. And here's Ibrahimovic. Van Basten. Mbappe. And there's green grass ahead of him. It's Van Basten! Oh, it looked like 3-0 for sure.
You could tell he wanted that too. Still, at least he can smile about it, seeing as they're a couple of goals up.
Será sustituido por el dorsal 6. Se va a realizar un cambio de jugadores.
Cleared away. And he lines up a cross. Maldini clears it away. Good defending, albeit from an unexpected source.
Yeah, listen, we often get critical of a forward's tackle, but that was squeaky clean.
Adams cuts out the pass. Played through into space.
That's positional gold, the utilisation of space.
And it's hoisted clear.
Cambio de jugadores en el Barcelona. El dorsal 10 será reemplazado por el dorsal 13.
Barcelona making another change here.
I think you have to admire his willingness to keep plugging away, but the manager has done him a big favour, I think, by taking him off. You know, he was looking very, very leggy. Jeff, Chiba are certainly now looking like a sorry lot. They haven't got a proper defence or attack, for that matter.
Vitz. Oh, that's a key interception. Now, what about a counter-attack? He can run onto that. Now, this could be a chance. He shifted it to the flank. Mbappe goes on a charge down the left. So there's going to be another change here.
Well, for me, this was the obvious substitution. He'd become just a little jaded, and as a result of that, he was most likely to make a mistake. I think sometimes when the body becomes tired, the brain goes with it, and I think that's happened in this case.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Rodri. Van Basten, 2 assists to his credit already. Time added on will be 2 minutes. So that's it. It is all over. In the end then, no joy. Not for the want of trying, not for the want of running. Simply they were beaten by a better team on the day. Well, after all of that, Jim, what are you thinking?
Well, there was a distinct lack of clarity or commitment in everything the players were trying to do. Looking